Ion Formula Racing got a major update. A lot of stuff has been added to the game. We're currently in the UAE, and one of the first features you're gonna notice is there is fuel down here, and I'm gonna go with 15% fuel. We are currently in the UAE, which is also just added to the beta version of the game. And another feature which you can see, qualifying is going on right now, and I need to set a qualifying lap because it really matters in your starting position. So now if you do quali, it's gonna affect your starting position in the grid, and your starting position is gonna affect your finishing position in the race. Also, a lot of major updates have been done to the aero system and the handling of the cars. The car feel way better and a little bit more on edge like they used to in the 2021 cars, which I really like. It gives that classic IFR feeling with this new suspension as well. And also tire wear has been re-added to the game, as well as weather, and apparently weather affects your car slightly differently now. I have driven in rain with this update, but I haven't noticed the difference, so I'm not really sure what the differences are. And we are starting a hot lap right now. We have 12% fuel, so maybe my car was a little bit over fueled for this hot lap. I still need to get used to these new fuel consumptions to make sure I don't make a mistake while doing strategies for races. And also the penalty system has been completely overhauled. The penalty, like the corner cut system, is completely different now. I mean, for hot laps it's still about the same. You don't get the slowdown, but your lap still gets invalidated. But in the races you get a warning when you go wide, and if you get 3 warnings before the next detection zone, this one that we just passed that said penalty, if you go through that and you have 3 warnings, that means you're gonna get a 5-second penalty right there. But if you had less than 3, you're just gonna get nothing, and it's gonna reset until you go to the next one, and then it's gonna reset as well. And that's basically it. So you just have to make sure you don't do 3 cuts before one of those penalty zones, and this is the second one. There's only 2 in the UAE. I haven't seen one in Qatar, but I don't think they have added them to other tracks. And there you go, we set a 111.6. I don't think I have the best setup. I do have a max car. I'm pretty sure I'm running 5.8, and this does put us in P2, quicker than Jerry, but slower than Dakir. I don't know why Dakir is here, but he basically set a 109 right there. I'm 2.6 seconds slower than him. But let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a full-on guide on fuel and like how to make sure you have the correct amount of fuel for a race, how to know how much you're consuming, how you should lift and coast maybe, because the fuel does affect your pace. So if you have high fuel, for example, if you're running 100% fuel, the car is gonna feel way heavier. Currently I'm on 8% fuel. The car feels very light, slightly oversteery of course, but agile and quick. On the straights I have way more top speed than I would have if I had more fuel. But of course if you are risking running lower fuel, you might run out of fuel, and if you think you're gonna run out, you have to lift and coast. But lifting and coasting actually isn't that bad. Sometimes when you lift and coast you end up going slightly quicker, so it's really hard to find the balance in terms of fuel. Maybe running low fuel, lifting and coasting, but also being quicker, or running high fuel and going full push but being slightly slower through the corners and so on. I'm pretty sure you lose like 5 kilometers per hour just in top speed just from the fuel alone, or maybe slightly more. I mean, another thing they also updated is the freaking Slipstream and DRS. Now if you get DRS, you get like 10 miles per hour, maybe even more, which is like 15 kilometers per hour. And also with the Slipstream you get like another 5 to 10 miles per hour actually, which is absolutely insane. So now if you're behind someone, you can get like an insane launch from behind them and completely overtake on a very long straight like this one. Or if there is someone behind you, you're gonna end up swerving left and right, trying to break that Slipstream, and maybe even waiting for someone to overtake you to get the DRS from them. For example, if there's someone very close to you in position, instead of like using all your ERS to overtake them, you can recharge your ERS, get behind them before a DRS detection zone, and then get the DRS, go full push, full bananas, and you're gonna get the position from them. That's what I've actually been using in Qatar so far, and it works very nicely. Unless when I drive against tryhards, there's no way you can beat those. By the way, another small feature that was added, if you look backwards now, you can see the rear view camera is way better. You might be wondering why. why, and that's because it's completely centered at the middle of the car, which is better than which we had previously, which was like slightly to the left, I believe. So that meant you couldn't like see the other side of your car, which was horrible. And qualifying is over. People are finishing their laps right now. I am still P2. The guy in P4 just set an invalid first sector, so he's not going to be beating us. The guy in P5 is way slower and he set a yellow, so I don't think anyone is going to beat us. Maybe this guy William, he's on a hot lap right now. Where is that going to put him? I do have a max car, so I do have a very big advantage, but I do have a feeling I'm going to be starting in P2. And also, once the session is over, it starts spamming this, which is probably a bug, and it should be fixed by the time you're seeing this vid. But yeah, sometimes when it spams like this, I start losing FPS, which is very annoying. But it does stop once the race starts, or like just before the race is starting. So apparently they also added damage, but I've sent my car straight into a wall, and I've literally haven't had any sort of damage, so I believe it doesn't work yet. But yeah, you can see I went straight into that wall, and I have, oh my god, this guy did the 203-second hot lap. But yeah, I haven't lost my front wing, no tires, no nothing. And your muscle memory might kick in and you might try to join very quick, but as you can see, I am P2. I joined very late, 10 seconds late, and where does it put me on the grid? There you go, P2. So it's gonna be an 8-lap race, and we're starting on 60% fuel. And that's the starting fuel by default, but I believe next update they're gonna have it so you can customize how much fuel you want to start on. I also accidentally started on the mediums because I was busy telling people to vote for 4 laps instead of 8 laps, and I am currently fighting Dakar for position. I think he's gonna have an easy time overtaking me. I do have a little cut in that first sector, but thankfully there's no cut slowdown, so I am completely fine. And I am in the DRS of Dakar, so I'm just not gonna use any of my ERS, and I'm just gonna stay behind him. You can see I didn't lose any time while he was deploying his ERS, which is really great. And we have the DRS again. Let's get that slipstream. I'm out of ER. How does he have so much ERS? He must be using the FPS unlocker glitch. But you can see I am gaining on him and he's using ERS while I am not. He had way more ERS than me right there, and he seems to be pulling away, and this Mercedes is fighting me for position, which is annoying. Can I pull away from this Mercedes? I'm really tryharding, but I am currently P3. What the heck? I did get a purple third sector, which means I was quicker than Dakar in the third sector, which means I am better than a 4-time Ion champion, which also means I am the greatest Ion driver alive in that third sector. But it seems these guys are just so quick, man. Oh my goodness, they must be running lower fuel, even though that's actually impossible at the moment. And this guy's recharging. Ooh, I don't want to overtake him. I want to get the DRS. I want to get the DRS. Oh, I didn't even get the DRS. What the heck? He doesn't have DRS though. I think we both have Slipstream, and the people behind us have DRS. Oh my god, they're catching up so quickly. Okay, that's actually so scary. And if I forgot to mention this, but the corner cut system, the new one, is still in a testing phase, so it doesn't work how it's intended, or like it's still gonna change before it releases to the game. Oh my god, what a save from the Mercedes driver. Oh my god, that guy is actually goated. How did he save his car? That was actually sick. But we are getting overtaken by some nerds. That Jerry guy just overtook me, which I'm not really happy about. He doesn't even have a max car, I'm pretty sure, which means I'm very slow compared to him. I love how like everyone from P2 to P4 is grouped together, while Dakar is just running away with a 5-second lead. I really hope these mediums come into effect a little bit later in the race, because these guys are running softs and they're much quicker. Obviously, I always have an excuse to my slow pace. Right now, it seems to be the tire compound. Oh my god, that guy almost spun. I just got a warning there. How did I not get that warning earlier though? And it seems the guy in P11 just finished the race while it's lap 6 out of 8. This is another bug that's currently in the beta that should hopefully be fixed soon as well. But it seems when you choose the longer race, sometimes it bugs out and just makes it finish earlier. I'm I'm not sure how the bug works exactly, but it happens in every long race, and you see everyone is finishing the race already, and I'm pretty sure when I cross the line now, it's gonna finish the race as well. And as you can see, Dakar just changed the weather for me to light rain, just so I can show you that the rain is actually back in the game. It can randomly change the rain in game now. I was in a public server earlier, and people got so angry when it started raining. It was so funny. They actually started leaving the game. And let's go on enters and test out this weather. The way the weather works now as well is like, I'm pretty sure when the weather changes, it like the percentage changes quicker to go like to the target percentage. You can see it's 22% rain, and we're currently driving on very heavy cars. Why am I still on a 40% fuel car? Okay, actually instead of getting a lower fuel car, I just got a higher fuel car just so I can show you how much slower the heavy fuel cars are. I mean, already you can see I'm slightly understeering. Like when I turn, the car doesn't want to turn with me. Through the high speed corners, you're gonna experience the most understeer now. Through low speed corners, you just need to brake slightly earlier and you should be completely okay. But on the straights, you're gonna lose a lot of speed. I'm gonna go on the straight and I'm gonna see how much speed I can get with full ERS and DRS. Okay, let's see. We're deploying. I'm gonna try to avoid getting the slipstream because I want to see like the natural. Oh my god, the slipstream guy already crashed. Okay, but it seems we're going around 200 and we reached 215 before our ERS ran out. And now on the same setup, same tire, same ERS and same DRS, but with way less fuel. Let's see what kind of speed we're gonna reach. We already passed 216, and you can see we did 220 before we started slowing down. So I was about 4 miles quicker, maybe 5 miles per hour quicker than what I had with higher fuel. But also the car feels way better through corners, so you gotta keep all of that stuff in mind and take it into account for your lap times. But I don't think the fuel effect in terms of weight is major enough to justify going maybe lower fuel for races. I don't know yet. I'd have to wait until the update fully releases before I start testing stuff out and finding concrete results. But yeah, that's about it for what's been added in this update. Also a small tip, if you drive on Qatar, the new meta update is not 1.1 but it's actually 2.4. I found it by myself. So if you drive on Qatar, use 2.4. It's actually OP. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful or found it entertaining, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 20k subs and we're getting very close. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.